All right, folks, welcome back to Campaign 17, and yeah, that was a promising start. No, we had a pretty significant loss up here in northwest Arkansas, but in the greater scheme of things, I like to tell myself it's not a big deal. I guess we'll find out. On the campaign map, we are just about as dead even as it comes. I've done a lot of housekeeping. It's kind of the same thing, right? Things are getting better. But cleaning up the Union armies, there were forces over here that just made absolutely no sense, and we're in the process of consolidating. So, believe it or not, Halleck has an army under his command of 100,000. There's one corps, I don't know if you can see him, he's kind of like right under him, that first corps there under Gorman. And they're getting their numbers up, but they have absolutely zilch in the way of readiness. And honestly, if you look at where the roads are, they don't have great movement. I'm wondering if the way for them to move is to try to link up with, and here's the problem with these two, is that those two, wait a minute, this is a separate army? Hold on, this is news to me. All right, so then this is the Army of the Ohio. So I believe one of those corps were actually ours, but Halleck needs to get, so that was Gorman, Manson, and McClellan. Now, McClellan is nowhere to be found. Well, he's actually up here, I think. He's in one of these two. All right, so he's that one. He's not Newton. He's Manson. So two of his corps are over here. You can see this is what the AI did while they were in charge. And, yeah. So, I guess we get Halleck back there kind of by moving over here. But my plan was to advance. Wait, yeah, that's McClellan. This is Newton, who is part of what exactly? Davidson's Army of Southwest, and Steele is where? It's a third corps somewhere. You can see that this is how the AI did this, and it's that's Gibbon, that's Kearney. Yeah, HQs and corps are all mixed up. This actually, I think, makes some sense. I don't know why we didn't fall further back. Does Davidson have... So Davidson... Oh, it's that Davidson. So, Steele is there. So then where the heck... Newton was the one that was over here? Oh, man, that makes no sense. Oh, man. Not to worry, though, because I think we're going to bug out of Arkansas. It just seems like such a sideshow. With apologies. It seems like such a sideshow to anybody who's, cares about this. I mean, it's 1864 historical fiction, Northwest Arkansas. It just doesn't seem worth it. Steele, I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, you're not going to be combat effective for a long, long time. And so while you got no readiness, we might as well use that readiness to try to get you out of here. I think we're going to burn the depots as we go. And that way the CSA can't have them. And we'll get whatever we can get back from them. And we'll situate ourselves here for a push on Tennessee. First is to actually secure Kentucky, which is by no means secure, at least as far as the south central southwest part goes. And it's weird terrain. I have no more accurate description of it other than that it's a bit odd terrain here. Halleck decided to move through the mountains together, and there are actually two corps here. So Kelly, oh my goodness. So we saw where Kearney and Bryce, that's Parker. Gibbon, that's not who we want, though. Yeah, that's correct. Like, this is so... It's so all over the place. Yeah. That's that. Alright, Halleck is moving. Kelly, you're already unstable. You know what? I don't like that movement. I don't love that one, but it's something. Let's get you out of here. Come on. Come on. My goodness, do I really have to wait for you to go away? Alright. Hannibal Day, you can get going as well. Okay, we'll get you back. Kelly. Yes, I see that the order is on the way. Thank you. Here, we're just going to move you up there. All right, so we're going to get some of that done. I think then our push is going to be in Virginia. Oh my goodness, but Hayes is unstable, so we got to wait for him to figure out what's going on. I hesitate to put any of these guys into scouting because we might need them to reinforce. You can see, ooh, it's rough. Army of New England is here. Army of New England has one corps that also looks like it's here, but it's burned through a lot of its readiness. But eventually that corps will be able to come down. There was like 4 separate corps that it was really only the troops for one corps, so I'm not sure what all that was about. But we are grouping up here. Disaster at Hancock, but not the... Disaster at Fort Pillow. Yeah, that happens. Oh wait, that's right. That's the scripted event. That wasn't an actual real event. Right. That helps a little bit. All right. First Corps under McClellan is here. I don't know. We should get them out of there. I don't know whether to try to fight Gladden's Corps or just move beyond it. I'm tempted to just move beyond it. If you can't tell, I'm going to move just beyond it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to take, my goodness, if I don't crash this game, I'm trying to take those guys out of scouting in case we need them to do stuff like reinforce. We don't want them a long ways off. Manson, your readiness is already good enough that we don't need that. So we'll move you up here, and if we can consolidate around Bowling Green and then push from there, I think we kind of do what, right, it's a little bit of historical roleplay, but we kind of follow the railroad lines down, and we go from there. Now, Kearney, I'm not that worried about his readiness. I'm not too worried about being attacked over here. I kind of like that there's a supply depot on the Missouri side of things, so that's all good. We're struggling a bit with troop count, and that's just because the AI had not been building up subsidies for about a year, and so there's lots of takes of recruiting offices that we still can use, but haven't got there yet. So recruitment offices is, yeah, it's still a ways away, but whatever. Maybe we'll have to play for the 1865 victory. But victory is better than a loss here. And as far as policies go, you know, we are working our way through Breadbasket 3, which once we do it, it opens up Feed Europe 2, which should really help. If we do that and this and that, which pretty much takes the rest of 1864. Now, if the AI had been putting a lot of stuff into trade deals and it hasn't, that would probably be significant financial help at this point. But you can see that our finances are not great. And it's mostly army upkeep. I think that's a little bit exaggerated at the moment, but it ain't good, I can tell you that. We've ordered a bunch of weapons, probably in retrospect more than we need, but we have ordered a bunch of weapons. I haven't even really been paying attention to the naval aspect of this, though I probably should have been. I think we did a lot that we wanted to do back when we were playing as the Union before we switched to CSA, and there just hasn't, like, as a CSA, I just wasn't able to do much to undo that, so I'm kind of okay just keeping it where it is. All right, Kearney, I'm going to give only a little bit more time to. All right, so Newton's here. I want Newton over here, and I want McClellan over here. I don't think they're going to get there fast enough to help the First Corps out against Gladden's Corps, which is a huge corps. But if we can beat that up here, that takes a chess piece off the board for them, and it allows us to consolidate our position. Yeah, like we should be in okay readiness after that. And then continue the drive towards Nashville here as we go from May to June. We get a new intelligence report. We'll see what's going on with that. Davidson, I got to keep reminding myself what Davidson has. It's Steele and Newton. All right, Newton we know is one of the ones over here. Yeah, Newton's over there, and Steele is out of readiness, right? Yeah. So we'll go with who's ready, and that is Newton. We'll get him over there. We'll check the intelligence real quick. So they went for Revenue Act 3, and they went for trade deals, and they recruited 9,500 men and 6 brigades. They lost 3 high-ranking officers. They lost Nathan B. Forrest. Wow. I don't even know when that happened. Oh well. And officer rehabilitated John Gibbon. Is that... Oh, it's John Newton. Alright, so we're going to try to bring these armies together. Got a unit here that is out of supply. So we're going to let them do their thing. Army of the Ohio... I forget who the heck is with Hannibal Day. Hayes and Park, which I think were the 2 that were down here. That's Kelly. That's Park. That's Halleck. I don't know. I have no idea. So, this should be our battle after 6 hours. Alright, what do we learn here? Interesting. Very interesting. I like this map. I remember, I don't think I'm going to like it. I don't think I'm going to like this particular rendition of it because they have the 10-point hoedown bridges, the hoedown road. They don't have Carver's Bay. So there's what? 15, 30. There are 32 points available on this map. We can't deploy too far forward, so I think I'm going to deploy, there's not much to think about, and then bring you in after some time has passed, and we'll take it from there. Alright, welcome back. If this is not the map that you remember from about 2 seconds ago, it's not. I accidentally, as I was in my little tiny deployment zone, I accidentally grouped everybody up and then clicked on the the entry point, and I took my army off the battlefield. So I was like, whoops, didn't want to do that. Loaded back in, and this is not the same map. Oh no. I didn't even realize this was going on down here. Yeah, it's not the same map. This force has now arrived. Is it the same amount of victory points? I don't know. 6 and 8 is 14, and 3 is 17. So it's actually fewer victory points. We've arrived on opposite ends of the map, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, but now we have to do this. Up here, I think I'm just going to, yeah, see what happens and kind of push for reinforcements. I don't think there's anything that's terribly complicated about what I'm going to try to do up here. We'll move up like that first. We're going to move that division second. I'm going to keep Orme, I don't know what it is, but we're going to keep them back. Don't hate the idea of blasting away on Patrick Claiborne's cavalry. That's perfectly fine with me. But really the key is going to be trying to bring up the rest of our reinforcements. The thing is, there's no road that ends up going particularly well over here. So this is a pain, but this is also what I chose to do on the map. So this one's on me. I think we take the direct route, hope for the best. It looks like there's a considerable force over here already. And we know that in the end, we should outnumber them. So we're going to get the cav moving, and then we're going to get the... we'll get them set up there just with some preliminary marching orders. Them set up over there. And if we get on the same side of the Springfield River, then I think we're doing okay. But until then, I think that this is largely a demonstration. If the AI is listening somehow, I would recommend attacking this force with everything you have. I think all I could do in response would be to use the railroad as much as I could and the open ground. We got a little bit of a fence here. So Claiborne's cab doesn't like that too much. What do we have in terms of guns here? I think I've left some 30-pound Parrots in because I didn't have enough alternatives. But these are just 10-pound parrots, so I like that more. Yeah, and I'm happy to let those let them bark. Unfortunately, they're probably going to keep repeating that for a while, so I'm not going to hang out down here forever. I don't mind the sweet beats, but some of the other stuff does get repetitive. But yeah, 2 divisions in the front, 1 in the back. I guess for some reason we can tell that McNair's brigade is not holding up too well. I mean, these are crossing. I said there's no like major road, but there is this kind of trail that the infantry could take. We'll see. I think most of the victory points are over here. I assume that most of my reinforcements, I'm trying to remember where they were on the campaign map. They're probably going to come in down here. And it's noon. Reinforcements are likely way behind. We might have to try to bubble deploy forward those troops, but I'm not sure that that's going to work. Let's see if this gives us a count as to who's on the battlefield. All right, so we already have the majority. We just have to bring them to bear, and that's a challenge. But yeah, these should be pretty close to point-blank shots for, I would think. Maybe not. But certainly enfilade fire down the line there would help, but maybe they're just they're looking for the nearest targets. So these guys, they're going to have the railroad as cover. I don't know if sending a division down here to dig into the railroad and dig into the water and send the other division to try to hit this group before they line up. I don't know that would be a way to do it. That'd certainly probably be the way to do this if I were impatient, and if you've ever watched my channel, you know I'm very impatient, and so it's not the best attribute to have, but it's the one I'm stuck with. So okay, they're all about in position. The cavalry should, I'll try to help them. We'll see if they listen. Loose formation, dismounted at the very least, if not prone. I don't know what happened over here. You know what? I don't even need to attack. I don't. I want to. I know I want to. But I also know that's the stupid move. So I'm thinking if we're just going to stand off, I'm going to put you all on pause until I have more numbers up, and then I'll bring you back in. All right, you haven't missed too much, so I think it's probably the right time to bring you back in. We've been skirmishing. Our artillery has almost shot everything it has except for canisters, so that's a little rough. We have a skirmish line, but once these skirmishers break, my house rule is only 1 set of skirmishers per day. So as they break and fall back, that's gonna just be the nature of it. I tried to knock down some of their arty. It was mostly ineffective, but we can see that the force that had to start a long ways away is now starting to come back. The Cav has captured 2 of those victory points. We're actually going to move the first of the 2 infantry divisions up now, and we're just about ready to start the attack. So I don't know if there's a plan. The CSA repositioned themselves so that they have their backs pinned up against the water. I guess it makes it easier to not hit them from that angle, but I wasn't really going to ever do that anyways, so I'm not sure how much that really got them. But all right, so we're going to move our first division there. We're going to move Newton. We're going to... No. Whoops. That's what we wanted. Bayard's 3rd Division, we're going to have them just sit on the back side of that. And yeah, we can watch the hot skirmish go. McClellan arrived. We'll at least get McClellan marching, because you never know what you're going to need. But I suspect he's, based on where he was on the campaign map, yeah, he's all the way down here. And so we're going to just order him up to here. Keep it at 5x for a few more moments. I think I'm actually content to let this force, as long as they're in okay condition, I want to let them hit first, because they can still put skirmishers out. It's a lot of their first combat, but you know what? That's how you'll get experience, by dying. Yeah. Alright, so we're embedded there. I'm going to hold off on sending the cav any further forward. Again, all we had to do with this group was hold off. I think if they had pressed us, they could have done a lot of damage, but they probably would have taken a lot of damage. And I feel pretty good about this at this point. Alright, so that's Manson, Newton, McClellan. Alright, all of McClellan's forces are here, so let's just make sure they all have the order. Alright, so they're all heading in this general direction. That's good enough. We can figure it out. It's almost 3:30 in the afternoon here on this map, and so based on the progress of the other group, they're not likely going to have an impact here on day 1, but if we need them on day 2, we'll certainly have them available. Alright. Oh no! What happened? Oh, it was a fatigue thing. Exhausted, and that's what I was wondering about. So I'm glad we know that now. Yeah, I'm glad we know that now. So wasn't there an infantry brigade up here that was exhausted? No, I guess not. I guess sticking to the roads more or less helped them do what they want to do. We're going to move. We're going to order up Rodman's division first. That's just the movement order. Bayard is going to be behind, and we're just going to have them stop there. That's a very ugly, but we're going to have them stop there. Alright, Hunt is stabilizing. It looks like it's mostly a fatigue thing. That's fine. Where is the... Alright, so Newton... I keep forgetting that Newton is the commander of this group. I think we're just going to give divisional attack orders for Newton. And over here for Manson... I think we're ready to order the attack. And so we're going to give Reno and... Oops. Alright, so I guess they're going to get the order from somewhere else. You can see we still have a few more skirmishers who maybe have rounds left, but they're all about to be done. Okay. So now we'll give Terry the attack order. Orny. Oh, I guess Orme, not Orny. Okay. That's fine. Rodman, you're first up. We're going to order you to attack. How are you? Yeah, we're just going to let the cav rest for a little bit. I don't think we need their scouts out, so we'll recall everyone there. And now we get to watch it. Not sure why Terry's gone with that, but not really my problem. We're going to order Terry up there. I think we'll just send these skirmishers up to skirmish until they're shot up and shot out, and then whoever's left can rejoin their unit. A mistake I realize I've already made over here is not changing the range down to medium range. What? Went down a bit low there. Again, I tend to like the shorter ranges. Tends to be the more effective fire. Deals more casualties. Long range shots sometimes lead to pillow fights. Just the attacker, you don't really want to. I mean, that's what helps the defenders out. Skirmishers, yeah, it's okay because you're just trying to waste the ammo and other stuff of the enemy, but. Like with these, when the enemy has really good cover, just advance on them. You might be able to get the cover yourself if it's that close enough range, but that cover really helps the other side. Alright, we'll try a medium range order back there, and then we'll switch them to the attack as well, but they really are. That's the reinforcement division for this, and then we had or Maze division for this, so we'll just see how that all goes. Alright, we routed Hoke. That battery, I would assume, alright, so that battery's trying to pull out. And I believe it was Reno's division here. And so that's a fat one with 4 brigades. And we just want to bring them right down that rail line. They'll meet up here with Rodman, and then from there just try to push them back. I think Orme, if anything, can stay where he is, maybe even fall out to the right. The CSA might either rush to try to make a stand in the creek or just try to run off the map. Apparently Schimmelfinnig got a detachment out in front of his brigade. Alright, so it looks like that order went through. I don't know if you have to give the order before they do other things, or maybe you just can't give them a general order after that. I don't know, let's see what happens if I give them an attack order and then a movement order, and see if they switch their ranges. Okay. And it is their first combat. They're very tired. Not too sure what happened there, but... Alright, Croxton looks like he's getting lit up a little bit. Boostret is already broke. Where is Orme here? Okay, we're gonna... that doesn't look right. Looks like he already gave orders to someone. Alright, Reno's gotta get his guys in there. Alright. Now, Bayard seems to have lost his range. This is just a little bit of science here. Yeah, and they've all reverted to long range. Huh. We'll try to shove that one through and see if it does anything. Now we should be down to canister with our batteries. So maybe we'll try to move up and do that. I generally don't like firing canister. Feels like a more defensive thing than an offensive thing, but... the line between those two is frequently blurred. Alright, so I don't know, maybe the attack order overrides the distance? Could be. Rodman still seems to be in pretty good shape, so we're going to order his division up, and I'll give him the advance order, and we're going to stick Bayard yet again in the kind of reserve position for that group. I'll check on McClellan real quick. Alright, McClellan is not, understandably, not yet ready to be here. They're getting better. They're okay. Oh, Claiborne's Cav is out here. Alright, well... maybe Potter moves over here and we'll see what we have to do after that. Mott looks like he's gonna break. I'm worried about Terry's whole division. Alright, Reno. We'll order you to assault. I think we're going to do the same here for Rodman. I see Claiborne's cav over there. We'll move Potter through there. We'll move Kime with him. Carter is slugging it out against Stovall. And Stovall, I was deceived by the apparently strong formation there. Wonder if they're about to break. Not really. It's not as close as I thought. Apparently, I've taken more casualties. So go figure. Pierce, yeah, we should probably get you back and in some cover. Alright, none of them are really available to help. Yeah, Terry's still nervous. Reno, not so much. Alright, so Orme went back here to deal with this. And we're sneaking that already around to get shots. Oh, and I guess they decided to attack rather than use the railroad as cover. Alright, if they're going to attack, Potter's going to join them. Fix their formation up a bit. Alright, I guess somebody's fixing them. Huh. Though they're on assault, they're still at long range. It's so odd. Okay, and I guess that was a fairly quick collapse on the back end because they were fine. Well, they weren't terrible a minute ago. And you would think that Claiborne would be able to get the cavalry out of that. You would think. Man, retreating causes all sorts of lag. I was not really expecting. Alright, since they're in a general retreat, we're going to speed things up here. Okay, Benton's over here, but he's going to face the wrong direction. That Stewart is nervous. We'll see how they do. Ford is unstable. Yeah, I think the assault order is still fine for whoever's left. But we can just run it at 20x. We don't have to watch that. Looks like we're getting a bunch of breaks here, and we'll get the final casualty count when we get out. We might have time for a little bit of game play, or a little bit of campaign play, I should say. So they're showing 4,000 to 5,000, but yeah. All right, and so back on campaign again. If you well, you can watch the video from any point, but that was the battle up there. Let's put it on play so I don't sit here and wonder out loud why nothing's happening. First corps, I don't know. See, you're on the attack here. Movement speed and supplies, yeah, those seem relevant, so let's go with those. All right, we cleaned up there. I don't remember doing that, but I probably did. That it does seem like something I would do. All right, we're gonna move you there. Kearney, let's get you over here. I don't like the looks of having to have to attack through that fort and then cross and attack, so we'll try to get everybody either here at Hopkinsville or Bowling Green and then push. I prefer to avoid the forts and just deal with them later. I'd rather take Nashville, take some territory, and then worry about the forts after that. But that is me. Would make sense, right? That's who you normally hear that from. Okay, yep. And then the first corps here can move to join them. Army of the Ohio, sure, yeah, you can move over there. And the rest of these, if I do that, okay, so we already have river movement on. So that's not what's causing that. Kelly, I don't know what we're going to do with you, but we are going to try to get you out of there. Same thing with Gorman. We're just going to try to get you back and rallying. How is that not friendly territory? Oh, they must be retreating. Okay, that makes sense. Somebody in the CSA got ahead and is engaging them. Okay. We can move up to 5x. Oh, yeah. That's that. We have Steel, right? Steel's recovering some readiness after that last loss that he had in Northwest Arkansas. All right, so yeah, that plan is coming together. The plan in the east is still... All right, so we need to get Smith some readiness. He is the core of the Army of New England, and when he gets ready, he will bring in about an additional 40,000 troops. So that's very good. Grant is up to yellow. Let's see about the rest of these. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Let's send the first corps in, and let's go take Richmond. Deprive the other side of that, and then make them come to us or do something else if they want to try to do something about that. I don't know if we can intercept Cooper's Corps. I don't know why it's decided to go over here, but sometimes the AI does, odd things. All right, in this one, so we've lost 2 ticks of national support. They've lost 1. That's not what we wanted. Are we close to anything we want? Not really. I guess we haven't been in the Union that long, though it seems like a lot of episodes. Okay. So we'll do that. And time is gonna be a factor here. What's going on over here? All right, so he knows where he's supposed to go. All right, he's not marching to where he needs to go. It's good to know. Okay, I think we can move Kearney up and Davidson. And they could still move overland here and stay on this side of the Tennessee River. And I would expect Kearney's or Gladden's group to be likely to break if immediately put into combat. You know what? I'm going to send McClellan down here and try to seize this depot. I don't know that we're going to do it. And we're going to bring down reinforcements. And just hope for the best, man. But it looks like we're getting intelligence that the CSA, for inexplicable... Usually the CSA AI does well because it kind of just Oh, that's Willage, right? The one of the testers of the some tactical innovations. Okay. For some reason, I really like that image. I don't know why, but interesting. All right, so we're gonna move them over, right? We've given moving orders there, there. Okay. And over here, we can't put you in scouting yet, so that's... Yeah, let's focus on this. I don't know what's happening in the east. Yeah, and Gladden's corps is pushed back to the other side of the Tennessee. That was expected. And then, let's just move McClellan down here. Not loving some of the readiness issues that I'm seeing. Savannah Squadron... The Confederate Savannah Squadron, the second, dissolved. Yikes. Okay, you're over there. Let's see. Are you, Gorman, are you still getting challenged? Yep, you are. Well, you know, maybe the Second Corps can make a stand and turn to fight. Let's see. Halleck, I gotta remind myself. Gorman, Manson, McClellan. So 2 of his 3 are down here. So he's got to go deal with that. And that's not true for Park, who's part of Day in the Army of Ohio, who's here. And where's the other part? It's Hayes? This is William Hayes. Where is this happening? Jones's Corps of the Army of Tennessee is in contact with our... Okay. So those are armies that are almost mirror images of each other. I'm not opposed to fighting it, but I think I have reinforcements arriving. So I don't see the point of taking a fight that I should otherwise get. Okay, we're going to move Kearney in here. I'm going to move Davidson in here. I think Davidson... So it's Steele and Newton. That's not you. I'm looking for the other Day. That's Kelly. Where on earth is... Oh, no, Hayes. Hayes and Day. Hayes is over here? Jeez. Man. All right. What can I do? Railroads, right? Or, you know what? You know what? Let's just do this what I hope is the easier way. Okay, let's just put Hayes under Palmer. Okay, we'll do it that way. Shorten up the communication. And honestly, that means we need probably 1 fewer armies out here. Yeah, so you're there. All right, Manson, let's rush you in to help out. This. Okay, we'll put you there. Yeah, there's some messiness here. Some messiness that we can sort out in the next episode, but it's nice to see after a decent win. Okay, so we actually won at Nashville even without those reinforcements. We're going to get Gibbon scouting to get some of that readiness back. If the CSA wants to expend resources trying to take Missouri, we just kind of got to say, good. All right, we're up to 500,000 now. Good for us. They're below 400,000, so good for us. Total casualties are not in our favor, but we got their national morale down to 50. And I think as long as we continue to press, we're in okay shape. So Jones's Corps is pulling out. We know that Gladden's is not in good shape from other recent battles. Okay. Manson is going to show up here as well. Maybe he can get us that depot before we lose it. It'd be nice. All right, how are we on time? We're at the 50-minute mark. We know that these are going to be long rebuilding processes. We might get them late in the campaign season. Breadbasket 3 is enacted. That is very good for us. Now the question is, do we just go for more subsidies outright, or do we pull the trigger on Feed Europe 1? So relations with Europe plus 10. Trade potential with Europe plus 25. Land sales, I don't think we're getting that much in land sales anyways. Yeah, who cares? It's going to cost us $6 million. Who cares? The only downside is that it's going to take twice as long. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And unless there's something else I'm missing that I don't feel the need for a lieutenant general. Oh, you know what? I do feel the need for that though. So cancel that policy. Yeah, we need this one because we need the recruitment subsidies to continue to stomp the accelerator here. And you know, we never even went with northern routes, which is another miss on my end. Nor diplomacy, but with low support, all these things are going to take longer to do. So we've captured Richmond. Not for the first time. Evans Corps appears to be cut off. I'm kind of okay with just leaving them there for this, because I'm about to end for this part of this episode, and maybe the beginning of the next episode we cross. I'd really like to get up to green readiness with a bunch of these. Get into Petersburg, maybe Norfolk, Fort Norfolk. Probably Lynchburg is a bridge too far, but we can start really putting the pressure on CSA support if they're not going to come out and defend their territory. We know that they're recruiting somewhat, but they're not recruiting like we are. Yeah, and we're still... So civil order... I've been saying this for like a year, but you know, this late in the campaign, I don't think I need civil order. I'm still going to hold off on civil order. I'm not going to do this. Farm mech, I love it. We should... Yeah, 50 million a year into that. I'm happy to do that throughout the rest of 1864 to 1865, but not at the moment. All right, folks, it's yeah, we're gonna wrap things up here. We did a little bit of campaign in the beginning. We're doing a little bit at the end, not too bad, and some battling in the middle. We finally got a win, or we got another win, but it's been rough, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this one. I'm kind of disappointed I have to stop playing, but there will be more, and I look forward to bringing you more in the near future.